Okay, just a brief presentation about yourself, just who you are, what you do. So.
Okay, sure. My name is Steve Rubel. I'm Senior Vice President, Director of Insights for Edelman Digital, a unit of Edelman worldwide, the largest independent PR firm in the world.
What's your idea of digital identity or online identity and online reputation? Do you think it's the same or is different?
Well, online identity is how you express yourself online as an individual and to whom you express yourself to. So there are some people who express themselves just through email and IM, and that's all they want to do. And then there's people who are far more extroverted and express themselves through Twitter, Facebook, and public venues. And so that's who, you create your own identity, you create your own brand. Your online reputation is what other people think about you, and whether that's in sync with the identity that you put forward. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. And it's important to know how they disconnect or how they connect. I mean, everybody has an image, a self-image of themselves, and you want them. And sometimes that self-image is out of line with how people really think about you. Sometimes it's more modest. But I think there's if you want to be known online, not everyone does, then you need to think about how those two connect.
Do you use any technique or any tool to manage your online footprint?
Well, in my case, I mean, I'm not really, I just want to make sure that people like what I'm producing, read what I have to say, and that comes back and helps Edelman as a business. That's my number one focus. And so I don't really spend a lot of time measuring it and saying, is my online reputation equal to what I'm putting out online? It's more of a directional feel that I do. And I think that so far it's working. My content is almost entirely business focused. I don't focus on what I had for lunch or so forth. I write a little bit about sports, but just enough to get people not to think that I'm annoying. And I largely focus on business and provide value every day. And so I just have a general feel for it. Other people I know, they measure it and they try to think about where they are. I don't have time to do that.
Okay. And going just a bit further than measuring the presence or the impact that you have, just do you use sometimes search engines to check information about people you're going to meet or about yourself, just to know if someone is writing something that...
Sure. Well, in my case, I mean, I want to make sure that I stay on track and make sure that nobody's misinterpreting what I'm saying, or something something I've written could alienate somebody. So I definitely track. I read all the things being said about me on Twitter. I have Google News alerts, I have Google Web alerts, and I track what's being said about me just to make sure that it's not out of line, and if I need to go correct a misperception. And so I recommend that as a strategy, but I'm not obsessed with it. I just want to make sure it's aligned, and I'm not doing anything that's going to hurt anybody.
Okay. And do you think it's common that companies look on the internet about the names or about people they're going to hire?
Yeah, I'm sorry, to that question, absolutely. I think that, now if I have a meeting with somebody, I Google them or I look them up on Facebook. And I see what or I look them up on Twitter to see what they've written about. And it's important, I think, that we have an ambient sense of awareness around those around us who we think we want to be closer to, yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.